It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football?
It's the Colts and the Broncos, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
And off we go from Denver. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Nix. Steps away, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Throwing Nix. And that one too wide and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his 2nd season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Here's Richardson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Colts had 10-3 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. His pass left side to Downs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Now Richardson back to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Quick throw there is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Gay knocks this one through, and the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now it's Nix. Screen play set up for Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Nix to the air. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. You look at this Colt defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last. And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. To throw is Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And Thomas has it. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Richardson. That complete to Downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Richardson looking to throw this. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Richardson. Well, this taken in by Downs. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd down and 10. Now it's Richardson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Back deep to return is Marvin Mims. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early.
Williams loses the football, and the Colts pick it up, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well. But they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the 24, Richardson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. Now, he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December. He sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 32-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jelani Woods, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Reynolds will go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Adam Troutman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Colts offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They go play action with Richardson. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He gets it to Thomas. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Richardson on 4th down. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. In motion goes the tight end. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. And that rushing touchdown, number 28 on the year, just a remarkable number as he draws level with a Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson for the most in NFL history.
Gay is on for the point after. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's a quick throw out to Mims. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Here's Richardson to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That's going to be taken in by Downs. Down the left sideline. Breaks through the contact. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 83 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Richardson looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And Richardson looks to throw once more. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to... The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll let one go deep for Downs. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 67 yards. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down at 7. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. In motion left goes Reynolds. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Baron Browning coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Levi Wallace. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Nix to the air. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The kick by Lutz is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 1st downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done.
This is intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself, because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Richardson to throw off play action. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Back to the air with Richardson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
The offense on third down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Now it's Richardson. They're going right back to Pittman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Richardson looking to throw this. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 8. To throw, here's Nix. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Reynolds will go in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing Nix.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Richardson back to throw it. Oh, he stays up. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now Richardson. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Colts.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Connecting over the middle with Downs. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And they will only muster a yard. The 38. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And they'll hand off to Hull. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hull. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 3rd and goal, Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adonai Mitchell, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Colts are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Now a toss coming right side. Hull, and he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Broncos now down by 16, 2:07 remaining. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2 before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Here's Nix. Finding Sutton. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
It's now 3rd down and 7.
What can they come up with here? It's 3rd and 7. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Nix from the shotgun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marvin Mims, 29 yards. They'll look to throw. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
3rd and 4. Now Hole.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Indianapolis, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.